Hi, this is chapter 5.2. We're going to talk a little bit about cancer. Okay, so cancer results from uncontrolled mitosis and cell division. Cells are dividing repeatedly and then a tumor develops. So in developed countries, 1 in 4 deaths result in cancer. And as far as we know, there are more than 200 different forms. Okay, so within a cell cycle, if you're looking at the diagram on the right, within a cell cycle, there's always a point in which the cell is told to either die or stop replicating. And in the case of a cell that has a mutation or has been damaged in some way, it cannot stop replicating. So it just keeps reproducing unchecked. And that's really what a tumor is. Cancer starts when mutations occur in genes that control the cell division. And it takes many mutations, not just one, to cause cancer. And the mutated gene is called an oncogene. Genes mutate regularly, but most mutations are either destroyed by our immune system or do not survive to undergo mitosis. Cancer cells escape. Cancer cells that escape and are not killed by immune system survive, and they reproduce identical daughter cells. So by detection, a tumor can contain about 1 billion cancerous cells. A factor which brings about any mutation is called a mutagen and is described as mutagenic. So any agent that causes cancer is called a carcinogen, and is described as carcinogenic. So some mutagens are carcinogenic. So an example of a carcinogen would be ionizing radiation and UV light. Okay, these are mutagens because they cause mutations. X-rays, gamma rays, radioactive decay, and sunlight will cause formation of damaging ions in cells, which can break DNA strands and then cause mutations, with the exception of sunlight. Okay, chemicals can be mutagens. They, like tobacco smoke, certain dyes, asbestos, dioxins, they act by damaging DNA molecules. Okay, virus infections can be carcinogenic. So Burkitt's lymphoma and HPV are examples of these. These are viruses that carry these harmful carcinogenic genes or regulatory genes that can become oncogenes. Okay, and you can have hereditary predisposition. So cancer tends to be more common in some families. The disease itself is not actually inherited, but susceptibility to risk factors that create these oncogenes are. So some, however, are directly inherited. An example would be the retinoblastoma, which is a cancer of the retina. Okay, tumors. Small groups of tumor cells are called the primary growth. Generally, they are benign. They do not spread from site of origin, but can compress and displace surrounding tissue. So that's a benign tumor. And then a malignant tumor is a cancerous tumor. And this spreads throughout the body and invades other tissues and can and will eventually destroy them. Malignant tumors interfere with normal functioning of tissue wherever they grow, which is really the cause of trouble and eventual death in cancer. And cells can break off and spread through the blood and lymph system to form secondary growths. And this is the spread of cancer called metastasis. Okay, and that is it. I encourage you to look back at the models that were presented as well as the examples. Make sure you're going through the chapter and looking at the specific examples that Cambridge is providing for you. Thank you.